Hi, boys and girls. Well, we've been learning about seasons, and my friend Arnold, he has an apple tree, and he likes to look at the seasons through the eyes of his apple tree. And up here I can see this one has blossoms on. So I'm thinking spring. This one has nice green leafies. So I'm thinking summer. This one has leaves that are yellow and apples that are red. So I'm thinking fall. And this one has snow, so I'm probably thinking winter. Well, let's have a look. The Seasons of Arnold's Apple Tree by Gail Gibbons. Now, Gail Gibbons, she's the author and the illustrator of this book, so she wrote the words and drew the pictures. I think she did a pretty good job. Of course, we have our usual front cover. We have our spine. And we have our back cover with those seasons again. Only this time it has a bird in it. Pretty neat. Let's take a look at the seasons of Arnold's apple tree. Here's our title page, and I can see my friend Arnold is heading to his apple tree. Arnold climbs up high into the branches of the apple tree. He can see far, far away in every direction. This is Arnold's very own secret place. This is Arnold's apple tree. Arnold's tree keeps him very busy all through the year. Do you have a special tree? Do you have a tree that you like to visit that is nice to sit under? It's spring. Arnold watches the small buds grow on his apple tree. Some of the buds develop into sweet-smelling apple blossoms. Blossom is a small flower that will grow either into a fruit or a seed of some kind. Carefully and quietly, Arnold watches bees collect nectar from the blossoms to make honey. Arnold makes a swing for his apple tree. Wait a second. Is the swing really for the apple tree, or is the swing for Arnold? When I look at the petals of an apple blossom, I notice that there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 petals. That means it's part of the rose family. It gives it 5 sides, so it's pentagonal or a pentagon in shape. He weaves an apple blossom wreath and hangs it from a branch. Arnold picks an armful of apple blossoms and brings it to his family. They make a flower arrangement together. Now, if he picks those blossoms off the tree, will they be able to grow into apples now? No, you're right. They'll just stay as blossoms now. It's summer. Arnold's apple tree has big green leaves that rustle in the wind. Arnold builds a tree house. Cool. Now he's got a swing and a tree house. 2 things in his tree. His apple tree shades him from the hot summer sun. The green leaves shelter him during a summer shower. Pretty neat. Arnold watches small apples begin to grow from where the blossoms used to be. They grow bigger and bigger and bigger. With some of the big green apples, Arnold does a juggling act for his tree friend. So you can see those green apples starting to form on the tree where the blossoms used to be. They grow as they gather more nutrients from the tree. It is fall. Arnold's apple tree now has big, red, tasty apples. The green leaves have turned golden. They drift to the ground. Drift means they just fall very slowly, drifting down. Arnold gathers some of the leaves and brings them up to his treehouse to make a soft floor to lie on. A good idea. He's using nature, like reuse materials that he finds. Arnold shakes the tree branches and the red apples fall to the ground. He puts them in a basket and takes them home. So some of the apples he couldn't reach, so he shook the tree and they fell off the branches. A much better way is to lift, twist, and then pull off. Arnold and his family make apple pies with apples from Arnold's apple tree. They put the rest of the apples into a cider press and make fresh apple cider. Do you like to eat apple pies? How about drink apple cider? Are those apple products that you like to eat and drink? We can make many different kinds of products with apples. Apple sauce, apple bread, apple crisp, apple crumble, apple muffins, apple juice. So many things can be made with apples. On Halloween Day, Arnold decorates some of the biggest apples. They glow in the moonlight under his tree on Halloween night. What kind of costume is Arnold wearing? What is he being for Halloween? Time is passing. It is winter. Snow falls. It is quiet. The branches of Arnold's apple tree are bare. Arnold hangs strings of popcorn and berries on them for the winter birds to eat. That's very kind because it can be hard for animals to find food in the winter. So he's being very caring to nature. He builds a snow fort around the bottom of his tree. Arnold builds a snowman to keep him and his tree company during the winter. Now he has an imaginary friend. The snow melts away. It's spring again. And our life cycle is going to go round and round, just like a pattern. Thanks, Arnold, for telling us about your apple tree. Well, scroll on down to see what your assignment is and think about what do you like with apples? Did you know that it's a life cycle and it's like a pattern and just goes round and round with the seasons? Let's take a look. Have fun, scientists.